Hi, thank you for joining me today for what I am calling a functional flow. This sequence of movements is going to address the three cores of the body, which are the shoulders, the abdominals, and the hips. This sequence and this selection of exercises is chosen with the idea that for good movement patterns to keep your body functioning or moving optimally, we want to have proximal stability, proximal meaning close to the center, for better movement distally, and distal structures being the arms and the legs. So the sequence is going to start just with a series of kind of yoga-like movements to warm up and create mobility through the shoulders, core, and hips. And then we will work through some movement patterns to strengthen or create better stability through these areas. And then we will finish up with kind of a variety or a spin-off of the traditional yoga sun salutation A and B. And along with that, I will be incorporating some corrective type movements. So I hope you enjoy. One other thing, you are going to want a little band. If you have an ankle band or any kind of resistant, kind of stretchy band, even just a strap, or if you have nothing, that's fine too. We'll just use it for kind of one part. So we're going to start on hands and knees. Let's see, let me make sure the angle is good. All right, so come onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. You want your hands shoulder width apart. Index finger points directly forward, biceps spin forward. So you have an external rotation through the arm bones to create better stability at the shoulder joints. You're going to spin those biceps forward. Push the floor away from you, kind of lift up out of the shoulders and glide your shoulders down away from the ears. Knees are hip width apart, lining up under the hips. Toes are tucked. On inhale, we're gonna move through cat-cow pose. So on inhale, you're gonna lift your chin and your tailbone, arching your spine into cow pose. On the exhale, you're gonna point your toes, tuck your chin and your tailbone, and round your spine into cat pose. Move through this 4 more times. Inhale, arching your spine, look up, cow. Exhale, round your spine, cat. Inhale, look up, cow. Exhale, cat. Continue to push the ground away from you through both parts of the movement. Do that 2 more times. Move to the pace of your own breath. Feel the areas of the spine that are a little more stiff and the areas that move a little more easily. And the idea is that you're trying to even out the movement through the entire spine. Now come back to your hands and knees. Let's actually shift the hips back onto the heels for a child's pose. Reach your hips back as far as you can, and then reach your arms as far forward as you can. So you're lengthening out, creating a little more space between the hands and the hips. And then come back up to hands and knees. Keep your hands and knees where they are. So if you lengthened out enough, now as you bring your shoulders over your wrist, your knees should be behind your hips. Continue to push through the arms. Spin your biceps forward, keeping that good posture and stability in the shoulders. We're going to circle out the hips here. So shift the hips to the right. Drive your hips back and around to the left, like you're drawing a circle with the hips, or circling around the inside of a hula hoop. Let's go 2 more big circles this direction. Really drive through the hips so that you're getting some stretch in the hips as you circle around. Good, come back to the center and then change directions. Shift to the left, circle back and around to the right. Good, 4 more circles this direction. Making those circles as big or as small as you need to accommodate your body. I might have lost count. Let's do 2 more. Good, and 1 more. Good, and then let's come back to hands and knees. From here, we're gonna do what's called bird dog, and we're gonna do 5 on each side. So again, come back into the hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under the hips. You're gonna keep your shoulders and your hips level, keep your spine neutral. You're gonna reach left leg back and right arm forward. As you reach that leg back, the kneecap and the toes point down to the floor. So it might feel like a little bit of internal rotation. Your right arm reaches forward, the thumb points up to the ceiling. So there's a little external rotation in the right arm. On exhale, pull that elbow to knee round your spine. Squeeze the belly in. Inhale, reach long, extend, neutral spine. Exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze the belly in. Go 3 more on this side. Inhale, reach, and exhale, pull in. 2 more. Reach, pull in, reach, and pull in. Return to hands and knees. Other side, reach that right leg back and the left arm forward. So again, right toes and kneecap point down, left thumb points up. The arm and the leg that are on the ground continue to push the ground away. On your exhale, pull that elbow to knee, a little bit of rounding through the spine. Inhale, reach long, neutral spine. Exhale, draw in. 3 more. Reaching on inhale, pull in on exhale. 2 more. Reach and pull, reach and pull, and come back to hands and knees. So again, staying stable on your hands and knees. Bring your knees in, maybe a little closer together. We're gonna start with keeping that right knee on the ground. You're gonna squeeze that left heel up towards your left hip. Push the ground away from you, stay lifted out of the shoulders. We're gonna circle that left leg 5 times in both directions. So start by drawing the knee into the body. Take the knee as far out to the side as you can. Try to keep your hips relatively level. Take the leg back. Top or bottom of the foot presses up, and then pull that knee in again. Into the body. Out to the side, lift as high as you can, reach the knee back, squeeze inner thigh in, and then bring that thigh to the body again. 3 more circles all the way around. As you're circling that leg around, push through the arms to create a strong, sturdy base. Bring the knee into the body 1 more time, pause here, and now we're gonna go the other way. Reach the leg back. Take the knee out to the side like a fire hydrant. Pull that leg in towards the body. Press the thigh back. Take the knee out. Keep it lifting high. Pull the leg forward in towards the body. 3 more times, circling that left leg all the way around. Again, push strong through the arms. Spin your biceps forward. Stay lifted out of the shoulders. Neck long, chin in, chest wide. 1 more circle all the way around. Good, and then come off your hands for a moment. Shake out the wrists, maybe circle them out, maybe bring your fingertips towards each other, stretch the front side of, or the back side of the forearms. Good, and just give them a little break. So putting a lot of pressure on the hands can sometimes be hard on the wrists if you're not used to it. How you plant through the hands matters and will determine the effect on the wrist. So when you plant the hands, make sure you spread your fingers wide. That creates what's called a hasta bandha, or a little arc through the palm of the hand, so that you can get the weight into your fingers and try to be heavier through the fingers, lighter on the wrist. And this takes some time to build up to, just like anything else. Over time, with practice, you are able to bear more weight on the arms for a longer period of time. Come back to your hands and knees. Let's do the other side. So again, always prioritize setting up a good, strong, sturdy foundation rather than just kind of mindlessly going through your movements. We're gonna squeeze that right heel towards the right hip. From here, maybe I'll go sideways to show you. So from here, we're gonna pull that right thigh in towards the body. Take the knee out to the side. Take it back, squeeze the inner thigh in. The bottom of the foot points up to the ceiling here. Knee comes back in, Take it out to the side. Keep those hips as level as you can. Reach the foot up and pull the knee in. We got 3 more circles this direction. Keep that strong, sturdy push through the arms. This should feel pretty challenging. If you're doing it right, you're isometrically contracting through the shoulders and the core to create a stable posture as you create mobility in the hips. Now bring that thigh in towards the body again, and then go the opposite way. So you're gonna take the leg back, squeeze the glute, take the knee out to the side, fire hydrant, pull the knee up towards your armpit, and circle the leg around. 4 more times. Up high, out to the side, pull forward and in towards the body. 3 more, circle all the way around. Strong push through the arms, stay lifted out of the shoulders. Neck long, chin tucked, chest wide. Front ribs pull down towards your belt line. Let's circle 1 more time here. Good, and come back to hands and knees. Let's take a little rest in child's pose. So you're gonna sit your hips back on your heels, reach your arms back towards your feet, and then bring all 5 fingertips together on each hand and reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. So the back of the hand or the back of the wrist is still on the floor. You're just reaching those fingers up to get a nice stretch through the wrist. My yoga teacher used to call this lamb chops. Lamb chop stretch. Okay, come back up. So now find your band if you have one. And again, if you don't, no big deal. We are gonna come into a half kneeling pose. These next few movements are going to help create some strength and stability through the shoulders and the hips. So for half kneeling position, we'll start with the right leg forward. Again, be mindful and intentional about how you set yourself up. So that right knee is forward from the center of the hip. The knee is lining up directly over the center of the ankle. Your left hip is directly, your left knee is directly under your hip. Your left toes are tucked. So this is a half kneel position. From here, you're going to push. Whatever's in contact with the floor is pushing down against the floor. The inner thighs are sort of scissoring together. You're dropping your tail a bit, squeeze the glutes, stay strong through the whole lower body. So isometrically working through the lower body by constantly pushing against the floor. From here, we're going to bring the band around either fists or wrists behind you. So this is going to help get your shoulders back and down, arms stay straight. Think as if you're trying to punch your arms straight down into the floor. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. So neck long, chin tucked, chest wide, front ribs pull down towards the belt line. Keep those legs, I know they might already be burning. Keep those legs pushing against the floor. You're gonna, if you can, just barely hover that back knee off the ground and come back down. Whoo, I'm already feeling it. Push into the ground, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core, shoulders back, hover, and release. Land light. Do that 3 more times. Shoulders are back, get your alignment, push into the floor, engage everything first, then hover, and release. We got 2 more. Punch down, hover, release. And 1 more, shoulders back, punch down, squeeze in, scissor the inner thighs, hover, and release. Good, I'm burning. Okay, other side. So left leg is forward. Again, find that half kneel position. Front knee, left knee is right over the ankle. I'm gonna turn sideways a little bit just to give you a different view. So left knee right over the ankle. Right knee under the hip. And I often find that I'm not quite aligned. Sometimes I'm a little bit here, sometimes a little here. So take a look at your movement. You don't always, sometimes you feel like you're in the right position, but you're not quite there. So always double check by looking if your posture is correct. All right, so again, we're tucking the tail down a bit, trying to maintain a neutral pelvis. Whatever's in contact with the floor is pushing down. Scissor those inner thighs together. Strong core on the front and the back. Those front ribs are drawing together and dropping down towards the belt line to resist the temptation to kind of splay the ribs forward. Shoulders are back. This time we're going to reach your arms straight up if you can and put a little tension in that band so it helps to turn on the lats and other shoulder stabilizer muscles. So now you're punching those arms straight up, squeezing in up through the core. Squeeze your glutes, push against the floor. You're going to hover that back knee just barely and release. Whew, we got 4 more of those. Push down, reach up, squeeze the glutes, hover and release. 3 more. Push down, reach up, hover, release. 2 more. Remember to land light. Be in control of your body. Hover, land light. And 1 more time. Hover and land light. Good. Release down. Let's take a little down dog to get some stretch in those legs. So spread the fingers wide, maybe tread through the heels. Maybe add a little twist in the hips, whatever feels good. Shake your head, no. This is not too hard. Shake your head, yes. Yes, I can do this. This is good for me. Good, and come all the way back down. All right, so now we're coming into a tall kneeling position. Your toes are tucked. So for tall kneeling, your knees are right under your hips, about hip width apart. Again, I'll turn towards you. The band, again, if you don't have a looped band, you can just hold the outside of a band. Your shoulders are back. Your elbows are going to stay right under your shoulders. For the upper body movement, we're externally rotating the arm. So I'm not like moving my elbow anywhere. I'm just simply rotating this upper arm bone in the shoulder joint. It's external rotation of that humerus upper arm bone. So, okay, so again, we're in tall kneeling. You've got your alignment, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips over the knees. Neck is long, chin tucked a bit, chest wide, and then front ribs drop down towards your belt line, just to prevent from doing this. All right, so we're gonna actually start in this tall kneeling position. Your toes are tucked. You're gonna start with your hips back on your heels. Elbows are bent right under your shoulders. As you thrust your hips forward, you're gonna stretch that band. So you're squeezing your glutes, you're opening the arms into that external rotation. Good, release tension on the band, hips come back, and drive up again with that external rotation. Good, let's go, 3 more of these. Lift, squeeze the glutes, reach your hips back. Good, lift, squeeze glutes, reach the hips back. I think we got 1 more, lift. So this is a good stretch on the front of the hips as well, so through the hip flexors, as well as helping you to get your glutes turned on and awake. All right, from here, we're coming into a kneeling side plank. I think I'm gonna kind of turn to the side a little bit here. So this is another great movement for strengthening the shoulder, the core, and the hip, the 3 cores of the body. To set up here, you're on your forearm. Your elbow, come onto your right side. You're gonna place your elbow directly under the shoulder. Just like on hands and knees, we don't wanna dump into the shoulder. You're pushing the floor away from you. Lift out of the shoulder and keep that shoulder packed down as if you were like kind of holding a newspaper under your armpit. So you're on your forearms and your knees. Your knees are bent and slightly in front of the hips. This top hand can help keep the right shoulder, bottom shoulder, packed down. Feet are flexed. From here, we're gonna lift the hips forward and upward as we also lift the top leg. So abducting the top leg. Lift, hips reach back as you come down. We got 4 more of these. Spread those fingers wide. Lift, squeeze, hold, and come back down. 3 more. Lift, squeeze, hold, come back down. 2 more, lift and hold, come back down. Now on this next one, we're gonna stay lifted, lift that leg. Now from here, you're gonna straighten the top leg. Point the toe, bring the leg as far forward as you can. Flex the foot and bring the leg back. Squeeze your glute. Point the toe, bring the leg forward. Flex and bring the leg back. Do that 3 more times. Point, go forward, flex, go back. Point, reach forward, flex, reach back. Now from here, you're gonna point the toe, bend the knee, we're gonna bicycle the leg. So bring it up bent. Now straighten the leg with a flex and pull it all the way back. Point the toe, knee bends, pull it forward, straighten and circle all the way around. Do that 3 more times, that bicycle. Don't worry too much about the point and flex of the toe if you're getting it right, but just try to move a little bit through that ankle. Woo! All right, come all the way back down. Other side. So we're coming on to the left forearm. Your elbow is right under the shoulder. Spread your fingers wide. Grip your fingers into the floor. So again, you're creating that hasta bandha in the hand. There's a connection from your hand all the way up into your shoulder. So you're creating this hand to rotator cuff connection, rotator cuff to core connection. All right, from here, your knees are bent a little bit. Lift up out of that bottom shoulder. Top hand can help kind of keep that shoulder packed down. We're gonna do 5 lifts first, and then we'll hold that last one up. From here, lift, hold, lift the top leg, squeeze everything, and come back down. Remember, as you come up, your hips go forward a bit as you lift, and they reach back slightly as you come down. 3 more, lift, hold, release. 2 more, lift and hold, working that whole bottom side body. Good, 1 more time, lift and hold here now. Straighten the leg, point the toe, reach the leg forward, flex the foot, reach back. You're just going forward and back with that straight leg, pointing as you reach forward, flex as you go back. 2 more, point forward, flex back. 1 more, point forward, flex back. Keep pushing the floor away from you. Now bend the knee, bicycle. 5 times. Good, flex in the straight leg, point with the bent knee. Flex, straight leg, point with the bent knee. Again, don't get too wrapped up in if you're doing that foot part right, but do try to move through the ankle. I think 1 more, I lost count. Good, and release all the way down. Whew. Okay, from here, we're gonna come onto your back, continuing with a little glute strengthening or waking those glutes up. From here, your feet are hip distance apart and about under the knees. Spread your toes wide, root down through all 4 corners of the feet. Arms are at your sides. You're gonna start by tucking your tailbone. We're gonna peel the spine up 1 vertebrae at a time. So a little bit of a tuck, peel your spine up. At the top, you're pushing down with the arms, push down with the feet, squeeze through the whole back body. And then we're gonna lower back down 1 vertebrae at a time. So you hold a little bit of that tuck in the tailbone until your hips come all the way down. Then you can actually drop your tail down, find a little more arch in the lower back. So this is extension of the spine. And now again, tuck your tailbone. So almost like you're flattening your back, and then you're gonna peel your spine up 1 vertebrae at a time. And this is just to encourage good mobility through the segments of the spine. This action of moving 1 vertebrae at a time is also a nice way to get your mind sort of more internally focused. It's kind of a nice meditative drill to help develop that mind-body connection. Do this 1 more time. Tuck the tail. Peel your spine up 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll all the way back down. Good, tip the tail, a little bit of an arch here. Now, come back up 1 more time, tuck the tail, lift all the way up. So we're holding here now. Your hamstrings are squeezing a bit, your glutes are squeezing, your spinal muscles are working, your core is strong. Same idea, neck long, chin tucked, chest wide and front ribs drop down towards your belt line. So we're not necessarily trying to do a bridge pose, a back bend here as we do in yoga. This is more just like a hip lift to get the glutes firing up. Now from here, the idea is I want you to try to keep your hips stable and level. You might not be able to lift the whole foot. Maybe you just start by lifting a heel and bring it back down. Lift the other heel and bring it back down. The priority is keeping these hips level. Now, if you can, really anchor that right foot into the ground. Squeeze your right glute. See if you can lift your left foot and bring it back down. Good. Anchor left foot, squeeze left glute, lift right foot and bring it back down. So continue 3 more on each side. You're either lifting the foot or just lifting the heel, or maybe you're just even thinking about it. The priority is keeping those hips level and stable. The effort is in the discipline of maintaining good alignment, good posture, proper movement patterns. You don't want to teach your body bad movement patterns. So always modify, do a little less until you're able to perform it a little bit better. Bring those hips down, hug the knees into the body, and rock side to side. So just loosening out. Any kind of rocking motion is very soothing for the nervous system. So it's nice to take a little break every once in a while and just kind of rock and roll, let your nervous system reset. Good, and come back to the center. All right, dead bug pose. So this is basically hands and knees on your back. So your knees are right over your hips, thighs perpendicular to the ground. Your knees are bent so that your shins are parallel to the ground. Same idea, we've got neck long, chin tucked, chest wide, front ribs pulled down towards the belt line. So we're working with a neutral, stable spine. Arms reach straight up. As your arms reach up, your palms face towards each other, thumbs point back. Sometimes I also do it just like I would do it if I was on hands and knees. So either way. But as you reach those arms up, pack your shoulders down into the ground. From here, it's kind of like the bird dog. You're going to reach your left leg out and your right arm past the ear. Your spine stays stable. And then return to dead bug. Go other side, reach right leg, left arm, spine stays stable, and return. Now, if you feel like you're unable, keep going with your breath, reaching on inhale, return on exhale. If you feel like you're unable to keep your spine stable, you're going to do less. Maybe you just move the legs. Maybe you just move the arms. Maybe you just hold. Or you can keep your knee bent as the leg reaches, so you're not lengthening the lever quite as much. Let's do a couple more on each side. Reach with your inhale, return on exhale. Reach with inhale, return on exhale. One more set. Reach, return, reach, return. And again, hug the knees in, rock side to side. Good, and then let's rock up and back a few times. Let the floor sort of massage the length of the spine. And come all the way up. All right, from here, we're gonna continue with a little more core and shoulder strengthening. We're gonna come into a forearm plank. So you're on your forearms. Your forearms are parallel to each other, shoulder width apart, elbows directly under the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Even though you're on your forearms, it's still really important what the hands are doing. Spread the fingers wide, press all 10 fingers into the ground. You're rooting from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the elbows. Your shoulders stay over the elbows. You're gonna reach your legs back into a plank position. Slight tuck in the tail. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core. Push the floor away from you. Stay lifted out of the shoulders. We're going to shift forward here like a sawing motion and shift back. 5 of these. Shift forward, and shift back. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. Reach forward, reach back, reach forward, reach back. Do one more. Reach forward, reach back, and then bring those knees down for a little child's pose break. Catch your breath here. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. Nasal breathing is more calming to the nervous system. Come back into your forearm plank. This time we're going to do 5 scapular push-ups. So the idea with scapular push-ups is you are bringing your shoulder blades towards each other and then separating your shoulder blades apart. Bring your shoulder blades together and bring them apart in that plank position. So come onto the forearms. Forearms parallel, spread the fingers wide. Reach your legs straight back, push the floor away from you, strong through the whole body, muscle energy through the whole body. Now from here, we're gonna start to lower the body towards the floor, squeezing shoulder blades towards each other, and then push the floor away from you, feeling the shoulder blades move apart. 4 more. Sink into the shoulders, squeeze them together, and then lift out of the shoulders. 3 more. Sink and lift. Squeeze your whole body. You might see my body trembling a little bit. Squeeze and lift. Get 1 more. Squeeze and lift and release in that child's pose. Catch your breath. All right. Couple more things. So from that forearm plank, we're gonna lift up and back from forearm plank to dolphin pose. Dolphin is down dog on your forearms. So from here, you're in your forearm plank, you're gonna hinge your hips up and back, push your hips high, dolphin pose. It might feel a little long, that's okay for now, and come back to your forearm plank. Hinge from your hips, hips up and back, push through the forearms, lift up out of the shoulders, and return to plank. Let's get 3 more of those. Lift, return, hips high, reach them up, and return. We're hinging from the hips. Now from here, you're gonna stay in your dolphin pose. Walk your feet in a little closer to the forearms. The closer the feet come to the forearms, it gets a little harder. If you don't have the mobility and you find that you're kind of falling towards the hands, walk your feet a little further back again. So push the forearms down into the floor, pull your sit bones high, hollow the belly in, press your thigh bones back. Your legs have to stay active and help out here. From here, we're gonna spread your fingers wide, press your arms straight into a down dog. So getting those triceps fired up. Slowly with control, lower back down to dolphin. Press your arms straight, down dog. Lower to dolphin. Try to get 3 more. Press the arms straight. Keep your hips high, your lower body active. Lower to dolphin. 2 more. Press. And with control, lower. 1 more time. Press up. With control, lower. And come all the way down to child's pose. Reach your hands back by your feet. Let everything soften and release. Connect with your breath again. Let's interlace the hands above the hips. Right thumb on the outside. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, elbows towards each other, and then lift your arms up away from the body. Now, if you feel like you can't move your arms up off the body, grab that strap you were using earlier so you can have more space between the hands. That's going to give you more range of motion. So you'll take your hands as far apart as you need to be able to lift the arms away from the body. Now move from the shoulder blades. Slide your shoulder blades towards the ears, arms forward towards the head, and then slide your shoulders away from the ears. Reach your arms back. Lengthen the neck. Do that 1 more time. Shrug, arms forward towards the head, and then move from the shoulder blades, slide them down, and reach your arms back. Good. Now, if your hands are interlaced, change the interlace. Other thumb on the outside. Set up the same way. Squeeze shoulders and elbows towards each other. Lift the arms up off the body. We're going to add a rotation here. So you're going to pick up your upper body just a little bit off the legs. Drop your arms to the left, your left shoulder down. Maybe you can bring your left ear down. And that right shoulder's turning up towards the ceiling. Pull gently with the left arm to create a little more stretch on that right side. Good, and then change sides. Drop the arms to the right, right shoulder down, right ear down. Pull gently with the right arm to create more opening on the left side. Good, and then come back to the center and release the hands. Good, come all the way up for a moment. Roll the shoulders out. Circle out through the elbows and the wrist. We're going to come into a down dog, and from your down dog, we're going to walk forward to forward fold. So find a plank pose. Plank is a great measurement for down dog. Hinge your hips up and back just like we did in that dolphin pose. And from down dog, slowly walk your feet. Baby step your feet forward to the hands. Each time you step the foot, try to plant the heel and straighten the leg as much as you can. So you're getting a nice stretch up the leg into the hip each step of the way. If your hamstrings are tight, this is going to be a little harder, but it's really good for you to create more mobility through that area. Mat back. So once you get to the top of the mat, pause here in the forward fold. Soften your knees a little bit so you can hinge more heavily from the hips. Roll the shoulders out, shake out the head. Again, connect with your breath. Find your breath, breathe into your body. If you can, you're still breathing in and out through the nose. Spread the toes wide, root down through all four corners of the feet. Lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Reach your arms back, drive your hips forward to come all the way up. Reach up, look up, find Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, so we're gonna start with 4 times through Sun Salutation A, sort of a variation. I have a tendency to always create variety to whatever I do. So it's similar to Sun A. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips to forward fold, body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. You're gonna plant your hands, step or hop your feet back to a plank pose. Find a strong plank. From plank, we're gonna push through the toes to shift forward. Keep those elbows kind of squeezing in towards your body as you lower all the way down. From here, peel up low cobra. In cobra position, see if you can take your hands away. So we're building some strength in the lower back, or really the whole spine. Squeeze your shoulders back. Slide those shoulders down away from the ears. Neck long, chin tucked here. Good, and then release all the way down. Do that again. Scoop the belly in first. Squeeze your shoulders back, lift. This time we're gonna reach your arms back. Squeeze your shoulders back. Draw your pinkies towards each other. And then add the legs, Shalabhasana. From here, plant the hands by the ribs. We're gonna press up into an up dog. Lift up out of your shoulders. Externally rotate, look up if you can. Tuck your toes or roll over your toes, down dog. Good, let's take those steps forward again. Another opportunity to really loosen up through the legs and the hips. Once you get to the top of the mat, pause here. Push your feet down into the floor, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Reach your arms back. Drive your hips forward, come all the way up. Reach up, look up, find Tadasana, mountain pose. We're gonna do another set just like that. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips forward, fold body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Step or hop the feet back to a plank pose. Find a strong plank. Shift your weight forward, lower all the way to the ground. Scoop the belly in first, then lift up low cobra. Take the hands away from the floor if you can. Squeeze your shoulders back, slide them down. Lengthen the neck, tuck the chin gently, soften the face and jaw. And on your exhale, release. Scoop the belly in first, peel up low cobra, reach your arms back, roll the shoulders back, slide them down, squeeze pinkies towards each other, add the legs, Shalabhasana. Lengthen as you lift here, breathe as you hold. Plant your hands by the ribs, press up, up dog. Squeeze those shoulders back. Get long and strong here. Tuck or roll over the toes, down dog. One more time, we're gonna walk the feet to the hands. Pause here in your forward fold. Soften the knees a little bit, hinge heavy from your hips. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Reach your arms back, drive your hips forward to come all the way up, reach up. Find Utkatasana, mountain pose. Good, 2 more times, adding some variation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold, body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to flat back, look forward. Step or hop back to your plank pose. From here, we're gonna lower to a hover, lower halfway. Push through the toes, go forward and up, up dog. Tuck or roll over your toes, down dog. Let's add 3 squatty dogs here. So you're gonna bend your knees deeply, knees a little bit wide at the bottom, and press your legs straight. Bend your knees deeply and press your legs straight. One more time, bend deeply, press your legs straight, walk or hop the feet to the hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. One more time through, body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to flat back, look forward. Step or hop back to plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Hover into up dog. All the way back, down dog. Add those 3 squatty dogs again. Or if you want, add a little hop. Good, and then walk or hop feet to the hands. Come all the way up. Reach up, look up, find Utkatasana, mountain pose. All right, few more things. We're now going to do a variation of sun salutation B. Toes and heels together. Spread the toes wide, root down through all 4 corners of the feet. Reach your arms up. Actually, let's do this. So arms are down by your sides. You have a tall, straight spine. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. Your arms are at your side. We're going to add an overhead reach just to create mobility through thoracic spine and shoulders. Reach your arms up as high as you can past the ears and reach your arms down. Do that one more time. Try not to let the posture of your spine change as your arms go up and bring your arms back down. One more time, you're going to reach your arms up, and then from here, we're going to sink your hips down, Utkatasana, chair pose. From here, forward fold, body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Take a big step back with your left leg, lower that back knee, coming into a low lunge, reach your arms up. Exhale the hands down. Lift your hips up and back here, stretching the front leg. On inhale, you're gonna flex your front foot, lift your chin, flossing the hamstring. Exhale, lower the foot and the chin. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more, lift and lower. Good, bend your front knee, keep your back leg strong and straight. You're in a lunge position. Reach your right arm up for an easy twist. Good, right hand comes back down to the ground. Step to forward fold. Body and head drop. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. Find Utkatasana, mountain pose. So let's do that overhead reach again. Posture is tall, head high. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale the arms down. Reach your arms up. Exhale the arms down. Do that one more time. Reach your arms up. Stay here. Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach up a little higher. Exhale, forward fold. Body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Step your right leg back, lower the back knee, reach your arms up, low lunge. Hands come to the floor. Send your hips up and back. Push through the arms, pull your hips up. Inhale, flex the foot, lift the chin. Exhale, lower the foot and the chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more, lift and lower. Bend your left knee, keep your back leg strong and straight. Scissor your inner thighs together, reach your left arm up. Easy twist. Breathe into the rotation of the spine here. Stay here, reach up, one more inhale. Exhale the hand to the floor. Step to forward fold. Body and head drop. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Find Utkatasana, mountain pose. Adding a little variety. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sink your hips down. Utkatasana, hold here. Reach your arms a little higher, scoop the belly a little deeper, sit your hips a little lower. One more time, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Step your left leg back, lower the back knee. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands back down. Shift your hips up and back. Pyramid stretch. Bend that front knee. Keep your back leg strong and straight. Reach right arm up, easy twist. From here, we're gonna step to a plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Hover into up dog. All the way back to down dog. Take your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale down. Right leg high. Step right foot to the hands and step to forward fold. Body and head drop. Inhale, come all the way up. One more time through on the other side. Reach up, sink your hips down, Utkatasana. Pause here. Reach your arms a little higher, scoop your belly deeper, hips lower. Stay here on inhale. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Big step back with the right leg, lower the back knee. Sweep your arms up, low lunge. Hands to the floor, take your hips up and back, pyramid stretch. Push through the arms, pull the hips high. Bend that front knee, back leg strong and straight. Left arm up, easy twist. Both hands to the floor, step to a plank pose. Last time through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take that right leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale down. Left leg high. Step that left foot to the hands and step to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, look up. Find Utkatasana, mountain pose. Thank you for joining me today. I hope your body is feeling strong, mobile, stable, and ready to go.